Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at the 2014 Thrilling 30 jhiaxus figure. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes to help you decide how you want to display him. We're going to have a look at the accessories that come with him to help you know if yours is complete. I'll point out a couple of things that you need to be aware of if you have to purchase one for yourself, and as I'm lucky enough to have one still in the packaging, we can have a look at that, as well as comparing him with the original owner of his mould. So let's do some first impressions. So if you were to get this figure new or out of the packet, this is how he would come. And I'm not just saying this, but I turn it around to the side, you will see straight away, even before you notice how sort of hollow he is around the midsection, it does just feel exactly like that. It feels quite cheap if I'm being really honest, but you can see why. Look at these huge gaping holes in the back of the legs. It just feels really light. I suppose we're a bit spoilt now compared to today's standard figures, but that aside, I still really like it. I think the colour scheme on this guy works absolutely fantastic. Articulation wise, you've got movement in the shoulder, around, out, up and down to the side, movement at the biceps. You don't have a waist swivel because, as you can see, if you did, it would just break in half there. What you do have though is ball and socket hip joints, so you've got full rotation there, knee flexion, and you've got ankle tilt backwards and forwards as well. So you've got quite a bit of articulation. There's two ways which you can choose to display him in this robot mode. You've got this huge thing on the back of here. If you wanted to, you could fold it over and put it like that as well. I'll show you how all these work a bit later on in the video, but again, you've got the two choices how you want to display him. He also comes with these weapons. It's got a couple of these. So the most important thing for this is you've got these little tabs here. These, you'll see why they're so important in a second when we come onto the alternate mode. They're both exactly the same as far as I can tell. No differences whatsoever. They don't combine, but there is two with these, and there's two missiles inside there as well. Right, let's have a look at him in his alternate mode then. Okay, so we're back. You can see he's in his alternate mode. Quick apologies for no transformation process on camera. This is in a separate video in order to keep the length of the video down and not to spoil it for yourselves. So the alternate mode, it's kind of cool looking, isn't it? I do really like the look of it. Again, I think the colour scheme works really well. There's a little bit of landing gear there underneath at the nose cone. You can probably tell that that was the head, and you can just see how everything's tucked up all underneath nice and neatly. These missiles on the top, these are, you basically got to put your own pressure on it. You've got to fire it yourself by pushing forward. So, but there's quite a bit of venom in that, to be honest. The missiles look like this if you're after them for yourself, and it's just a case again of pushing it all the way in. And all this can be quite tough, to be honest. Make sure you line it all the way up and double click or triple click, as that one did, all the way back till you can see it's set into the recess. On the underside, there's two tiny little holes there, and this is what I was mentioning before about the tabs on the guns. So you've got two choices now. You can put them this way around. It doesn't make much difference, to be fair, but I'm just going to show you both. So you can put them that way around, everything's tucked up underneath, or if you want them closer to the outside of the wing, all you've got to do is turn them the other way around. You can literally put them either way, as long as you've got them lining up into that tab. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. You can see it's just how you want to position the guns. It's very similar, but there is the option there if you did want to. I'm just going to show you both quickly, but it is quite basic. It's, you know, it's not a mind-blowing toy. It looks good though, and again, it's 8 years old already, so I suppose that's one of the big things. Before we go back and do some final thoughts on him, let's have a quick look at the packaging. So we've got a picture of him there in both modes. These are obviously stock images of the actual toy. We've got a little bit of a write-up there. If you want to pause and read that now, you can. What I loved about the Thrilling 30 toy lineup is they've got their own tech specs as well. And of course, we've got IDW there because these came with an IDW comic, which is this one. I'm not going to go all the way through it, but I'm just going to give you a quick glimpse at some of the brilliant artwork and stories. This was brilliant. I wish they'd go back to giving away free things like this. Just a great addition to, I liked the toy line, to be fair. So what we're going to do right now then, we're going to come back with him in his robot mode and do some comparisons. Back for the final time in robot mode then. Again, apologies, no transformation, that is on the separate video. Let's have a quick look at him compared with the original owner of this mould. So what we've got here is Armada Starscream. Again, same toy line, Thrilling 30, and in fact if I hold them you can see obviously they've got different nose cones, very similar things with regards to the fact that the fists fold into the forearms and all the gaping holes on the back of the legs. I think there's just enough difference in this obviously for it to be warranted as it's a toy in its own right, but it is a heavy retool and of course massive redeco of that particular figure. So let's have a quick look at how we can power him up. So we've got the two weapons. You could, if you wanted to, I suppose, put them on the inside of the wings. Maybe you could, I've just had a thought. Let's see if I can do it in a second. First and foremost, you can pop the guns in both hands like so and pose that way. Again, I'll show you what I was just thinking then. Then you can fold these over and really he looks super powered up now. And again, if you want to, you just got to press these forward. You can see it's locked in ready and there's loads of venom in them, to be honest. What I was thinking of out loud is I could turn that up if I wanted to, and then again attach one of the guns like so, and then yeah, that doesn't look too bad actually, does it? Let's have a look at that. Sometimes when I think out loud they end up looking all right. So I'm just gonna have a quick look at it in this particular mode. It obviously means he's carrying nothing, and he looks obviously a lot more like his jet, but that's still quite a good look for him, I'm sure you'll agree. Anyway, that's not how I'm going to be displaying him, so let's pop this back, fold this down, fold the wings down. I'm going to pop them back in his hands and pretty much round it up. So yeah, quite a basic figure. He's obviously got quite a lot more interest in him right now due to the fact we are expecting a new version of him, but this one still looks good, still displays well, and as I said already, unbelievably it's 8 years old. So thank you very much for watching this, guys. If you haven't subscribed to this channel already, please do so, it will help me out. And again, if you would like to request any toys you want me to review or showcase, just let me know in the comments. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.